Hello, good morning. You are watching QTV's This Morning. We are back again on another edition of This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde, and we are saying a wonderful morning to all our viewers and those that follow this program online. And coming up on our program today, it's as usual, we'll be having the African proverb. But before that, we have Mr. Mamadou Mbodj, the boss himself. Mr. Mbodj, welcome to the program.
Well, what do you mean, the boss himself?
my boss. I mean, you are my boss.
Okay. Yes.
I'm learning a lot from you.
Absolutely. So once again, I'm sitting in for Jennifer. Yes. I'm glad to be here.
Well, it's good to have you here. I mean, today I am surrounded. By how do you call it? The buhabas. They call it the buhabas. You know what a buhaba is, Mr. Mbodj?
You're about to tell us.
Yes.
But Mr. Mbodj must know what a buhaba is.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Mbodj lived in the Gambia.
Yes, but it's better having it come from you. since you suggested it. It was really your idea. So,
do tell us and the viewers.
Okay. You know what a buhaba is? In the Gambia, when you call someone a buhaba, this is a person, we call him a very intelligent person, a person with a whole knowledge. Like a learned somebody.
A learned somebody. Oh, I will take that one. Yeah. I thought you were insulting me for a minute there.
Because the way the word sounds, buhaba?
No, I'm kidding. It goes back to something my mother used to say. We used to sing Congolese songs, and she used to say, "How do you know they're not insulting you and they're not insulting your parents? You don't know any. Because we just used to sing them phonetically, and learn them that way. But of course, I didn't think you'd be insulting me. That you're not that sort of person."
Yes. When they said landed, I said, "Oh, landed where am I?"
Yeah, quite. You meant learn it, of course. I hope. Yes.
Yes. Actually, we'll take a short break, and we'll be back. We just want to sort out a few things. We'll be back.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy QPower, browse.
Welcome back from that short break, and coming up on our program today, we'll be doing the newspaper review, the African proverb as usual, and we have Mr. Ade Drame with us, who will be helping us to go through the newspaper. And of course, on Community Watch, we'll be having IMDID Gambia, an organization, a Gambian-based organization that is providing free IT training to urban students. We'll look how the organization is making a difference, changing lives, and we'll be having Mr. Fati from IMDID Gambia. And on social issues, Peace Gambia held a conference about peace, how to live in peace in the country. Look into how Peace Gambia is creating the atmosphere for people to live in peace. This is the list that we have on our program guide today. We'll start with the African proverb, and it reads, "No matter how hot your anger is, it cannot cook a yam."
Oh, it cannot cook
No
yam.
matter how hot your anger is, it cannot cook a yam into little pieces.
Yes. It cannot cook yams. It's true.
Yes, I mean...
it's about not wasting effort, I guess. Because sometimes, you know, you get angry about things that you should not really get angry about. And so it draws, I think it's a brilliant parallel that, you know, no matter how angry you get and heated your anger gets, a lot of time is wasted, that energy and all that effort into something that probably could be solved by other means. So don't waste your time, don't waste your energy on things that you shouldn't waste them on, is really what it's telling us. You know, if you're going to expend energy, expend it on something that will bear fruit, not something that's going to be just, you know, hot air and achieving nothing. But there are other interpretations, of course.
That's it. For me, sort of, it reminded me of the idea of sublimation. I mean, you will always be angry about one thing or another. You know what I mean? There would be what they call the pain schedule.
Yes,
we all have a kind of pain schedule in life. But what do I do about it?
Sure.
You know,
yes.
So yes, and I'll also put it in the context of what neurobiologists call the emotion, which is natural, jealousy, and all the rest of it, and the feeling, how I think about it, how I deal with it. So you're sublimating these raw feelings, which are natural emotions, but you're humanizing them, you're dealing with them, so in that sense. So this is how you make progress, isn't it?
Well, that's
this
right.
This is how you cook your yam. Otherwise, you will not cook your yam, you'll be consumed.
Yes, quite.
Exactly.
By the anger.
By the anger,
Well, I think we all have a similar interpretation. I mean, don't waste your time. I mean, don't be angry over little things. Don't be angry over certain things that doesn't make sense. I mean, it's a matter of, because we all know if you are angry, it has to do with your emotions, your feelings. I mean, sometimes certain anger, certain conditions can lead to depression. Certain things can lead to certain problems, complications. So do not waste your time on those things. You have to think about your own mental health. You have to think about your own self. I mean, to be able to, to live peacefully. I think it's the same thing that we're talking about here. I mean, I've never seen where an anger cooks yam. You have to get.
You have to be very hot.
Yes, definitely. I mean, that kind of an anger, I don't understand.
Well, you know, sometimes you hear the British saying that I was so angry there was steam coming out of my ears. Of course, it's a metaphor. They don't mean literally, but perhaps that kind of anger might, if you put some yams on the person's head, it might cook it. But yes, it's just
sometimes you have to see beyond what the eyes can see.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes, thank you very much. And that's the African proverb for you. And no matter how hot your anger is, it cannot cook yam into little pieces. I mean, very important. And of course, we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll go straight to the newspaper review. Like I mentioned earlier, we have Mr. Ade Drame with us in the studio. And as usual, he'll help us go through the newspapers. We'll be right back.
The biggest mobile money service in the Gambia has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your QMoney wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your QMoney wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using QMoney Bank Link is the fastest, most secure and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. It's the most convenient way to transfer money from your account to your mobile phone, from your mobile phone to your bank account. By Q Power, Q Money. And of course, we are back again, and we'll go straight to the foreign newspaper. Water shortage, erratic electricity supply hits urban communities. And of course, the foreign newspaper also reads, National Human Rights Commission recommends holistic implementation of TRRC recommendations on enforced disappearance. And we also have strong oversight institution key ingredient in championing human rights rule of law. Minister Silla, government on step to address shortage of poultry feed. And of course, on the editorial, we have the unsteady electricity supply. Sure. Mr. Butch.
Yes, I've got here the points on the front page. The main splash, 6 wounded as Senegalese forces reportedly fired drone in the Gambia. And on top there, GP depot supervisor testifies in multi-million-dollar economic crime trial. And here again, it features the TRRC story. TRRC recommends to develop alternative systems of imprisonment, and KMC apologized to the point. Reporter, Global Properties, Swami India International Launch Airport Residency Estate. This is
please don't forget, there's a very good editorial if you just turn over the page.
Absolutely, the editorial.
I liked it.
Appreciating the role of teachers.
Yes, I like that. I liked that one.
The role of teachers.
Teachers.
Yes. I mean,
absolutely.
I think it's important. Let's start with this, Mr. Ade.
Sure.
Appreciating the role of teachers.
I have a bias here.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be a teacher.
Yes.
And in fact, when I was in London, I used to give extra lessons to children who were refugees who'd come from Sierra Leone during the war. And that was the only time, you know, I kind of got to practice, apart from when I was at university and I would get up and lecture. But the reason is appreciating the role of teachers. There are some teachers who, despite my age, a lot of my teachers are still alive. And 3 of them are actually friends of mine on Facebook. And the only reason they're friends of mine on Facebook is because I had a lot of respect for them. And I was always appreciative of what they imparted. And in almost every case of those 3 people, there were people who, as I've said this many times before, I used to be very shy. I'm not now. I don't even pretend to be. But when I was shy, they saw something in me. And they encouraged me, all of them, to kind of come out of my shell, you know, be a bit more outgoing and so on. And I've always thanked them for that, because had they not done so, my parents were fine with me being there where I was, you know, but my teachers were the ones who saw me and they would see my essays and say, oh, well, you know, so why don't you get up and speak in public if you write such good essays and so on. And so that encouragement gave me a bond to them. I wasn't just another person in the class. They actually, for them and all of these people that I mentioned, for all of them, being a teacher was a vocation, and they saw it as their job to actually try and improve every single pupil who was in their class. And I will always thank them.
In
for
fact, if you look at the role of teachers in our society, I think a child, the upbringing of a child, a teacher, you know, have also a very important role to play. I mean, most of our children spend, I mean, all their time in the school.
Your parents are at work.
Yes, I think
these are your surrogate parents.
But I mean,
for those hours.
It's quite very sad. I mean, today people don't want to be teachers. I mean, at some point, if you ask a student, what do you want to be? The student will tell you, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse. Do you want to be a teacher? No, I don't want to be a teacher. Why? Yeah. They think teachers are not paid well. They are not treated well.
And for me, that tells you how much or how little we value them. You know, I keep going back, Mr. Mboju knows, to Amilcar Cabral, and he always made the point that teachers are among the most important people in any society, because education is what will take every nation out of poverty onto the next stage, and it's been proved right. You know, and so we should value teachers more than we do. And you're right. And sad to say, you know, when I was involved in 2018 in an education conference, some of the teachers I met, I thought, my God, I'm glad I'm not sending my child to be educated by these people. Some of them were just not very good. And so because it doesn't pay well, you don't always get the brightest and best wanting to be teachers. And that is the difference from when I was at school. You know, I know everybody says that, but honestly, these people, you know, they were well educated, even though, of course, I had my arguments with teachers, as we all do, or some of us do. But nonetheless, you respected them, and you know, you always respected their knowledge, and as I said, the way they tried to nurture. Sometimes now I get the feeling that teachers don't have the time for that. You know, for them, they go up, they give their lessons, they go home. You know, they don't single out the child who's at the back and is a bit shy and say, Ibrahim Balde, come, you know, you've written a really good essay here. Would you like to come and speak to the class about it? You know, they don't have time for that. I don't see that. You know, but that is what is needed for some, because everybody in a class, they have different capabilities. And it's the good teacher who will spot that and tease that out of the pupils. So, yeah.
Well, absolutely, and even historically in this place, I was just thinking whilst you were talking there, I was just thinking what a journey that we have come through. Because here, you know, the independence generation, anybody thought before they did anything else.
That's right.
So that was like sort of like the highest of their aspirations of what they could achieve. But then gradually, I thought something else happened, didn't it? I think that perhaps other professions opened up. So the smartest in the class would rather become doctors and lawyers and all the rest of it, compounded by the pay.
Yes,
That's
right.
not much in
That's
there.
right.
So gradually you were attracting, really, you were scraping the barrel. No disrespect to the teachers,
Yes.
but we have to put it within this historical context.
Yes.
Then we know how to retrain, how to really go back to such heights.
Yes,
and sort of
I
thing.
know we don't want to spend too much
Yes.
on just this one, but I just very quickly, in Sierra Leone also, in the 60s, there became a kind of suspicion where people thought that being wealthy was more important than being educated. And that started to feed into the system. And we had a saying in Sierra Leone, I don't know if you heard it when you were there, you know, they say in Creole is that they say Bailo Barry, you say Davidson Nicol. Now Davidson Nicol, a doctor who's one of the persons, in fact he is the person who first identified the breakdown of insulin in the human body, in the world. And he's recognized for it. So this is somebody at the top of his, whilst Bailo Barry was this Fuller guy who was uneducated, but at the time was the richest man in Sierra Leone. And so people were saying that you should be aspiring to be Bailo Barry, not Davidson Nicol. And that sentiment kind of eventually fed into the society, and it corroded it. People thought, no, I'd rather chase money than chase education. And look what has happened to the country as a result.
And we, even here we knew of Bailo Barry.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even Davidson Nicol, I heard this interesting story. You know, he went to Cambridge.
Yes, yes.
So apparently I think he came top in his class.
right.
And then the professor called a journalist. So the said, look, this African guy came first. So the journalist said, does he have white blood?
Right. and if you go on the Cambridge University website, you'll see he is celebrated there. So yeah,
Well,
Dr. Davidson
you
Nicol.
see how we think. I mean, okay, let's proceed. Water shortage, erratic electricity supply hits urban communities.
We've all suffered from it in the last few days. Let's not kind of beat about the bush. And I was saying to Mr. Mboj when we were discussing this on Drive Time, as I got home on 2 nights ago, as I was complaining about it, because I'd been listening to a radio station and they were complaining about it on the show, myself and my landlord, Abdul Njai, we were complaining, oh, this electricity. And then the lights came on that very second as we were kind of whinging about it. But it's been quite bad in the last few days, and we've all been hit by it. That's the electricity. Now, in terms of the water shortage, anybody watching QTV knows that we have featured many communities that have really struggled. And water is life. You know, without water and, you know, proper drinkable water. We also saw the thing about E. coli that is in the water. It's a very, very bad bacteria to get in the water. For some people, they don't have the means to test the water to see whether it has that kind of bacteria, and so they drink it because it's refreshing and so on. And the next thing you know, I remember one time I came to Gambia, we'd been playing football on the beach, and somebody gave me water to drink, and I was sick for a whole week. Like serious food poisoning, the worst I've ever had. And so, you know, we do need to kind of, again, get serious about, you know, how do we safeguard the drinking water supply that we have. It's crucial.
Exactly. Like you mentioned recently, it have been very bad. I mean, my own area, I mean, it's very rare to see electricity going on and off. I mean, but recently I've also experienced that. Okay. Yes. But Mr. Ade, I think gradually, maybe with the completion of this OIC project, yes, we will see more and more of these things.
We hope so, and also the OMVG project. I mean, when that was kind of inaugurated, it raised hopes. We all talked about it being a game changer. We have yet to see the dividend from that. You know, we're not benefiting from it yet. But we hope that we do.
We are hopeful.
We're hopeful, and we have to be. We have to
Exactly.
be. But it's something we have to take seriously.
All right, here the National Human Rights Commission recommends holistic implementation of recommendations on enforced disappearances.
Mr. Mbo, do you want to take this, or shall I jump in again?
Yes.
I used to hate this word holistic,
yeah.
but I embrace it now because I know what they're talking about. And what we're seeing is, you know, kind of bit by bit, they're talking about the recommendations of the TRRC. And it's not just holistic, you know, sort of implementation of those recommendations. They want all the recommendations to be implemented. I keep saying this, it is a tough job to ask any government to implement all. If anybody has taken their time to read the TRRC recommendations, they are extensive, they are exhaustive, and in terms of resources, how do you deliver on all of them? Of course, the wish for all of us is that you will deliver on all of them, but what is the reality? You know, what are the chances that we can deliver on all of the things that are asked, not just the reconciliation, but also the reparations, the prosecutions, and so on? This is huge. It's not a small task.
Yes, and you've got this sort of concerted pressure, is it, where is it, on the president to do this or to do that. I just wait for the white paper.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what all of this, what bearing all of this will have on the decisions.
Well,
I'm not sure about that.
We'll see what will happen when the white paper is out. It is due 25th of this month. And I think on Monday, Mrs. Balde was here. I mean, she works for, I think the CEOs also have their own white paper.
Their shadow white paper.
Yes, exactly. So some of the recommendations are there. It's amnesty, the manner, the way they give amnesty to certain people. I mean, I spoke to her. She said, I mean, the way Sana Sabally should not be given amnesty according to their white paper. Because when Sana was testifying, he did not feel remorse, I mean, about his...
Yes, and again, and this is, we've said this before, because somebody who is both a perpetrator and a victim, you know, is it only the perpetrator side of them that gets recognized? What about the fact of their victimization? Is that not recognized? Is that not acknowledged? So somebody like Sana Sabally, we're not prejudging anything. I'm not prejudging anything, and they're probably not even listening to me. But I suspect, though, he's one of the ones who they will say, you know, he was a perpetrator, but he was also a victim. Do you then victimize, or do you then punish him twice? He's been victimized, and now you're going to punish him again. So somebody like him will probably not be recommended.
For me, I'm a bit uneasy about something, because if I'm not mistaken, I think in the recommendations, it is recommended that he be given amnesty.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
So I hear this holistic implementation of the TRRC recommendations. But the TRRC, one of them says that we should give him amnesty.
That's right.
Then you say, no, that one shouldn't be part of it.
Okay.
Already I'm beginning to cherry pick. But again, if the president cherry picks, but you see, how can you move away from cherry picking? So this is the danger. This is the conceptual knot of not being able to untie. So we will be doing exactly what we don't want the president to do.
This is it. It's a hard juggling act, you know, and you know, kudos to him to see whatever he comes up with, but he's got a tough job on his hands. Yeah.
Exactly. Any other thing, Mr. Mbodj?
Let's deal with the 6 wounded as Senegalese forces reportedly fired drone in Gambia.
Yes.
Mission creep. Things have been creeping in.
Yes, I think what they mean is they've used a drone to fire at, you know, now, you know, armies have these drones that actually carry ballistic missiles of one type or another. And the report is alleging that this time the troops did not come face to face, but sent a drone and used that drone. Of course, it's what armies do now when you don't want to engage and lose, because we all know about what happened when Senegalese troops clashed with those separatists, and they lost some men. They don't want to be in that position again, and if you have the means to use drone, you will use it. But it's because our porous borders, that phrase that we hate, but is so realistic and true. It means that you could be chasing somebody from Senegal and they run into Gambia. Do you then stop chasing them? Do you stop firing at them? You fire a bullet across the border. The bullet doesn't know that's a border. So, you know, it's really, really delicate situation. And it's dangerous, because I hear colleagues saying, oh, we should send our army there to push them back. Well, we're going to fight Senegal because they're chasing, you know, separatist rebels, and they fired something into. Are they killing Gambians? Are they attacking
Well,
Gambians?
I think,
no,
in fact, they...
The political
Yes.
masters wouldn't allow them. They take these decisions.
Well,
the army, they must follow. That's it. They're civilian leaders.
yeah.
Absolutely. So they just kind of take
I think
these
there is a
decisions
particular,
on their
I
own.
mean, rule set when it comes to chasing someone in a territory, like in a country.
Yes.
I mean, there is a particular meter, I mean, that you go.
Yes.
If you pass that, you need the involvement of the forces of that country.
But nobody pays attention to that. It's like, if you stole my phone and you ran from Gambia into Senegal and I can chase you, I'll chase you till I catch you. Even if you run 100 miles into Senegal, I'm not going to say, oh, no, I've gone past the 40-meter mark, let me stop now. It's the human thing. You know, professionally, you should not go beyond a certain mark. But that kind of human thing takes over, like, I'm chasing this person, I can see they are within my grasp, I shouldn't stop now. And so that tends to happen. And as Mr. Mboj says, that kind of mission creep, where you're supposedly doing one thing, but now it's now impacting on Gambians who are having to flee their areas. Something is going to have to be done about it, because Gambians are being displaced internally. And, you know, go and have your fight with Casamance. Don't come and disrupt the Gambia. But that is what is going to happen inevitably.
And the saddest thing is, I mean, everything is happening in the Gambia. I mean, well, fine, they have their own issues, but at the end of the time, the repercussion is happening in our country, and we are displacing our own people. I mean, look at the Fonyi incident. Education, I mean,
disrupted.
I mean, the students are to sit to their exams. I mean, no concentration.
Let's put it this way, yes, all very unfortunate, but let's come back to practical politics, yeah? It is in the nature of borders, as it were, for this sort of thing to happen. As far as I'm aware, when we were growing up, it didn't seem as if the Casamance problem was affecting Gambia too much, not in the sense now, the way I hear it reported, the frequency of it and that sort of thing. So now it appears as if we are also involved. So now it's not simply a Senegalese issue. I hope that our president, yes, you have this imbalance of power, so which sort of affects geopolitics, you know, what weight you have in negotiations and discussions, but we are involved. We must be able to sit with Senegal and say, we are really part of this.
Oh, yes.
Can we broker a deal? Can we come up with an idea? Well, I didn't know. We just shouldn't accept that subordinate, if you like, position.
And
so we can come up with ideas. Jawara used to do
well,
that.
That's you read my mind.
Yeah, he led, he pioneered so much here, really.
Exactly.
So we can still have that role, never mind the geographical size.
Yeah, quite. And that's the point that has to be emphasized and re-emphasized, is that despite our small size, we have a huge interest in this, and so we cannot just pretend it's not happening, because the consequences of doing so could be dire. So, you know, definitely one that we have to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. And this is an interesting one. TRRC recommends to develop alternative systems of imprisonment.
Well, this is it. And these are some of the recommendations that we're being fed sort of drip by drip from the report. You know, some would recommend, you know, things like, you know, home. You know, you're sort of imprisoned in your home rather than in a prison, open prisons, or instances where you have to report on a daily basis, all these sorts of things. Because, you know, prisons are overcrowded already. We don't want to then fill them up with more people who, you know, sort of have been deemed to have, you know, committed certain crimes. So it's a good idea. Whether it can work is another matter altogether.
Even community service. I used to talk about that
That's
sort
right.
of thing, like community service. Just imagine there are certain crimes, you know, petty theft and that sort of thing. I don't need to bang you up. I say, all right, 20 hours is community service. Let us clean our communities.
That's
I
right.
have a suspicion that if we really apply that consistently across all over the place, it will be spotless.
I have to agree with you 100%. You know, some of the people who we're putting in prison, we should not be putting them in prison. We should be sending them to go and clean. Because many of our communities, let's be blunt, they're filthy. And these people, part of their sentence should be to go and clean up those places. And trust me, if people know that that is a sentence, somebody who's once MD or CEO or some company
Cleaning a particular
a gutter and so on,
Absolutely.
economic crimes would cease overnight.
Well, I think it's a good way of, sorting out these things, because at some point you will hear someone will tell you, I'll commit this crime, and if they take me to mile 2, I am fine with it. They won't also handle the embarrassment sometimes.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
And that community service could be something that we could. So this is a good suggestion.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ade, for coming on the program today. And we hope to have you here again. And it was a very fruitful discussion.
It certainly was.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a short break. After the break, then we'll go straight to Community Watch. We have IMDIT Gambia, how an organization is using information technology to change lives, offering it free of charge. Mr. Fati is here from IMDIT Gambia. We'll be right back.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow. Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75C and $100C and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10C to $100C using eFunkanta.
Correct. All right, thank you very much. We are back again from that break. And of course, it was good to have Mr. Ade here. And now we'll go straight to Community Watch. We have Mr. Buba Fati from IMDIT Gambia. You excuse me, I called him Lamin. I already renamed him to Lamin. But we'll be discussing a whole lot of things when it comes to the work of IMDIT Gambia. Mr. Fati, welcome to This Morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Balde.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to be able to discuss with the audience about what we do at IMDIT Gambia.
Okay, I'll start with telling us what IMDIT Gambia means. What does the IMDIT mean, and what do you do?
IMDIT is an acronym. It means International Model Diplomats for Integrated Development. It's a civil society organization, which it's an international organization that has its headquarters in Ghana. It has branches in 17 countries across the world. IMDIT Gambia was registered in 2018, October. When we registered it, our aim is to provide 3 basic services in the Gambia, and one of which is provide ICT development and training for young people. And the other thematic area that we wanted to offer is leadership training. We actually offer leadership and management entrepreneurship training to our volunteers and also to youths in the Gambia. Also, we also offer healthcare service to underprivileged communities. So since we started in 2018, we started our first activity in 2019, which was the Tech Cafe in Jara Soma. Because considering the fact that ICT is very, very important in this world right now, we felt there was a need for us to reach out to the local communities and provide them with ICT training so that we can bridge the gap between the rural and urban capacity with regards to ICT. So we partner with UK Jara Association and Mansakunko Area Council to be able to provide these services to secondary school children in Mansakonko.
Yeah. Yes, interesting. And how far have you gone already from since you started, providing ICT trainings in the Gambia, especially to rural students? How far and how important is this to them? What impact have this, giving those people?
Well, we've actually gone a bit far. We were a little bit, we had a little bit of setback with regards to COVID-19. When COVID came in, some of our activities were disrupted. But the impact this particular made was the issue of bridging the gap. You realize that some of these children in rural communities could not even use basic ICT components like Excel, Microsoft Word and things like that. But our team of experts that we have at IMDID with regards to ICT were able to train these children to be able to even do web designing. At the end of the training, some of them could easily design their websites. So that was actually a very good achievement that we had. And after that, we made series of consultations with the schools and the children that have been trained. And then we realized that they are doing very well with regards to ICT and then some of the things that they were trained on.
Yeah. I wonder, so how do you provide these classes? Do you have a center where people can come? Or do you go and meet them? Is it in schools? Or where? How? How do you provide the training?
This is interesting. We have a group of volunteers. These are ICT specialists in the Gambia. And what we do is we provide places. Like that is why we partner with Mansa Konko Area Council, so that they can provide the venue in Mansa Konko to be able to do these activities. So that's what we do. Our intention is to work with local communities, local area councils to build their capacities in regards to ICT, because we realize that most of the employees in these centers doesn't have the ICT capacity to be able to manage the day-to-day work. So that is why we make sure that we go into the rural areas to be able to help them to provide these services.
Yes, and the ICT, to what level, I wonder, is it, what level of competence, as it were?
It depends on the group of people that we are training. Because some of the people that, for instance, the students that we've trained in Mansa Konko, we realize that some of them doesn't even get the basic requirements, the basic knowledge of ICT. So we were able to provide them with those basics with regards to Microsoft, use of Microsoft Word, Excel, and the like. But some of them, what we realize that have already got those basics, but they need to also have knowledge in some of the applications, like how to build websites, how to build databases. So because we realize that they work with a lot of information out there, so they need those databases to be able to do their work.
Are they certificated? Do they have sort of certificates put at the end of a program?
Yes.
And the certificates, are they accredited by any external body? See, I was in this business, but I know that within tertiary education with ICT, your courses must be NACA accredited, the national accreditation authority. Yeah. Is there any such process in what you do?
Actually, like I said, IMDID is an international organization. We have our headquarters in Ghana. So what we do, most of these certificates are, issued with relation to Ghana, in the Ghana office. So that is what we do. So far, we've not discussed with NACA with regards to the accreditation, but we're in the process of doing that. Because like I said, COVID disrupts some of our activities. Presently, we are working on to do a retreat for our volunteers so that we can revitalize some of these activities going forward.
Just one thing, the participation level, how has it been like?
We have a lot,
attracting lots of them?
Yeah, we have a lot of volunteers that are very, very committed to providing these services to the people. And so far, the trainings that we've conducted, the participation level is incredibly good. Last year we had a discussion with SOS. We were supposed to provide ICT training for their youth village. That process is still on. We're thinking hopefully we can do it. And last year in March, myself and then the country director were in Basse. SOS has a project called YETA project. We trained the students at the school because it's a TVET school that they have there teaching children ICT, tailoring and other things. So we were there to train them on some of these ICT things and also mentoring and monitoring and evaluation.
Okay, let's move to healthcare. I mean, you said you're not only involved in ICT, but you've also involved yourself in healthcare. What are the activities that you carry when it comes to healthcare?
Okay. Yes, so far that is the area that we've not done much. with regards to the services that we do. I think we did only 1 or 2 activities. One of the first one we did was to come up to celebrate National Diabetes Day. We had a collaboration with the Gambia Diabetes Association, and we offer a free diabetes screening for people across Combo. We did it at Wireless Fitness because we feel that while we went there was the issue of exercise, the importance of exercise to avoid diabetes. So we did that screening. And also our health care committee participated in series of health talks, across the country. Yeah.
Why were you not able to participate a lot when it comes to healthcare? Is it at some point there are reasons? Can you give us the reasons? Because what I believe, I mean, if you are an organization, I mean, that says you're participating in certain things, I think they should be given to the fullest.
That's absolutely right. The way we are structured is we have these 3 committees, and these committees, because it's actually purely a voluntary organization, and each of these committees have volunteers. We have health experts, nurses, doctors, and health workers who are part of that committee. So what we did is, I remembered when COVID came in 2020, we were one of the first organizations that approached the Ministry of Health. I remember we went to meet the Director of Health Service to start discussing the issue of COVID-19. How do we do the sensitizations? But we had a problem. We had actually got a setback because we couldn't get the ministry to collaborate with us at the time. So what we did was we were doing the sensitizations online with better features media. We did some online sensitizations on COVID-19 with them. So, but then some of the committee members traveled. Actually, few of them traveled outside for their masters. So that actually hampers the operations of the health committee. Yeah.
Okay. What other plans do you have? What are you coming up with? I mean, do you have any activities that is coming up?
Yes. Actually, right now, what we are trying to do is we wanted to incorporate another component into our activities. That is the peace building component. I attended a peace building training in South Africa last month with Accord. Basically what happened is 2019, Accord reached out to IMDID to have a representative in the Gambia to work on their global peace activities. And I was selected to work with Accord to host an intergenerational dialogue on peace, which was held in Banjul in October 2019. So following that, there was a training last year, online training on peace building, which I was also nominated by IMDID to attend. Then this year I was selected among 20 people in Africa to be trainers on peace building, mediation, and negotiation. So our intention is to create another committee within IMDID that will be working on peace building activities. So this is what we are doing, and then we are working on trying to do a retreat for all our volunteers so that we can formulate the peace building component and start drawing plans of activities to be able to conduct, going forward. Yeah. All
right. Thank you very much for coming on this program, Mr. Fati, and we'll be monitoring to see your activities. I mean, I believe we'll invite you here again for another program. Thank you for coming on this platform.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Well, viewers, we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll go straight to what we call social issues. And Peace Gambia will be here, and Mr. Kutubo will be here to discuss with us how, I mean, a particular organization is creating the atmosphere for people to live in peace in this country. We'll be back.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short break. And as I mentioned before the break, we'll be talking to Peace Gambia, an organization that is trying to create that atmosphere so that we can live in peace. I think it's very important that we have Kutubo Sane and Fanta Sise with us in the studio from Peace Gambia. Gentleman and lady, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mr. Balde, for the invitation. We are much glad to be on QTV this morning, so thank you.
Let's start with Peace Gambia. We all know how important peace is. When you hear peace, it has to do with peace of mind, peace where you live. Peace is very important. Yeah. You know, we cannot overemphasize the importance of peace. Yes. Why Peace Gambia?
Thank you very much. Peace Gambia is a youth-led organization that is set to promote SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong accountability, strong institutions. Mm-hmm. So Peace Gambia is set to promote the culture of tolerance, peace, compassion, and love. Mm-hmm. So in our quest to promote this peace, we decided that the grassroots cannot be left behind. So it is for that purpose that Peace Gambia established various peace clubs in various school peace clubs across schools in the country. And then we train those people from the grassroots, from the school system, about peace advocacy and also how to go about talking to other students about peace. So we organize press conferences, we organize national peace conferences, we organize, we commemorate International Peace Day and a lot more activities at Peace Gambia. And then in our advocacy, we realized that you cannot advocate for peace if the membership is not equipped with how to advocate for peace. So we train our members, we go out on outreach, we use flyers, we use the social media, just like television programs or so, to advocate for peace across the country.
Kutubo, it's one thing to sensitize people about the importance of maintaining peace in the country. Yeah. It is easy to print flyers, organize conferences, but it's another thing to make sure that knowledge gain is implemented.
Yes, that's true. That is why, if you look at our last year's national Sadaulah Karaba National Peace Conference, we invited the business class, the business community. We invited students, media, and then a cross-section of the society. These are influential people. We believe by using those people to talk to our fellow Gambians about peace, is going to pave a long way to changing the mindset with anyone who is having a different mind with regards to how to nurture peace. Because in this country, yes, we believe we are peaceful. So, but we must have to work on maintaining and nurturing that peace that we already have. We don't wait for something to occur before we intervene. So that is why we want to work on that mindset to be able to be very peaceful. So that is why in our advocacy we use poets, because we know poets are very important, they are significant, and then these days they talk to people and they talk to their minds directly. There's no hindrance. When they are giving message, they give message to people, and the message is sent directly to their minds. So that is why we usually use poets to come to our platforms or our programs, and then they are expected to give us poems that are going to send messages to people. So we believe there is another way, using the business people, sometimes the government officials and politicians also differently. We do it differently, and some influencers people, because we have embarked on a campaign that was late last year, that My Tribe is Gambia. We print t-shirts and then visit influential people like Jalaba Kuyati, Royal Messenger, Barham Cham, and other, this one, I forgot this artist. So, but we visited so many influential people in the society, and then they wear these t-shirts, make some videos with them to say, My Tribe is the Gambia, and talk about peace, because we believe, by not talking about peace, there could be a threat to peace in the country.
Mr. Boch, you would like to step in?
I would have thought that we'll hear from the other guests. Anything you want to add onto that?
Oh, yes. My name's Fantasise. I am the Assistant Media and Communication for Peace Gambia. Looking at the importance of peace, I came to realize that when I went outside representing the Gambia internationally, countries like Liberia and Sierra Leone, these people have been in conflict for more than 10 years. And then I asked myself, what is it that these people want more in life? Is it development? What is it? What is it that they want? And then when I talked to people, the citizens of those countries, they told me that they wanted peace. So there would be no development without peace. There would be no development without inclusion. You understand? So peace is the most important asset, is the most important tool a country can get, the world can get. If the world is at peace, then everything is correct.
Absolutely. But I'll ask you this. Yes, we understand Liberia, what happened there, the civil war and the like. So when you were forming your organization, what did you think were the threats to peace, hence why you formed it? What did you see as the threats to peace in this country?
Well, tribalism absolutely is a threat to peace in the Gambia. Sometimes lack of unemployment, but when you talk about unemployment too, you also need to talk about the attitudes and the behaviors of young people coming up. Are young people ready to work? Are platforms giving to young people to work? So the Gambia is a peaceful nation in the continent. That's why it is called the smiling coast of Africa. It's because of the peace, the humanity that we have in the country. But now, how are we going to maintain the peace in the country? How are we going to do that? When you look at development, when you look at deforestation, when you look at deforestation, you will get to know that when people have to come together, people have to know the impacts of environment. People have to know the importance of trees in our society. When you cut down trees, there will be deforestation. And when there is deforestation, then we will not have rain and the crops will not grow. There will be famine. So these are things that we should talk to people about. What are the long-term effects of chaos? What are the long-term effects of conflict? So we come together as young people. We come together as young people, and then we form Peace Gambia, as the name goes, Peace Gambia, to advocate for peace, to talk about the short-term and the long-term effects and early warning signs of peace, of conflict.
Very curious there. So it appears as if your notion of peace is almost like an environmental concept. You have aligned peace with environmentalism to some extent.
Climate change.
Climate change reaction. Quite a curious concept there.
When you talk about peace,
yes,
in a broad sense, peace is huge. Because today, if I cannot go to work because I am broke, I think that is financial security. So peace is huge. So, but we decided to say that, like, I will try to ask something to what you asked her earlier, that what motivated the formation of Peace Gambia. Like, I think Peace Gambia formed courtesy of a peace organization called Peace Gong. And this Peace Gong is an international organization. So some of our members were serving this Peace Gong. But they realized that most of the times what they tend to implement is not very Gambian. So, and they decide that, okay, now, why don't we form our local peace organization in this country, where we are going to make it 100% Gambian and advocate for the maintenance of peace in this country. So that is what gave birth to Peace Gambia in 2019. And since our formation, there are numerous activities that we have embarked on. So with regards to threats to peace in this country, one I will say is tribal politics. I will not agree much to say tribalism. So, but tribal politics. So politics, is taking a new dimension in this country that that's to send a signal to every genuine and conscious Gambian that the way politics is taken in this country now, is almost taken as if it's a dead or life issue. So I think it has gone far. Politics of ideas, politics of policies and programs, to politics of attacks. So hate speech is one of the issues that are motivated very well our stance to advocate for peace.
Well, Kutubo, why do you think, Peace Gambia will make the difference? You've talked about hate speech, and you talked about tribal politics, and we know that is part of the system. Here, politics cannot work without tribal politics. You understand? Why do you think Peace Gambia can make the difference? You can change the narrative.
So yes,
let's rectify that a bit. I am not sure whether the premise that tribal politics is sort of almost, you're talking as if tribal politics is inorganic to the whole politics.
Exactly.
I am not sure about that. We've lived long enough to realize this. So I was about to challenge you on, well, when we look at the elections, it didn't seem as if tribes were voting in blocks.
Okay.
You realize that. So basically, as a society, I am not sure whether tribe is such a problem as such. When you follow social media, perhaps, because of the nature of the bunker, that silo mentality, as it were, it might amplify these voices. But again, social media doesn't live anywhere. When you judge us by what we do, I am not sure whether we are a tribal society. How would you respond to that?
I think that I will a bit deviate or maybe disagree with. If you look at our elections, let me start with 2016, where we have at least 3 contenders. So I do not need to be exact here. So, but if you look at
why not being exact?
Okay. So if you look at a certain part of the country, you see the amount of vote or the number of votes that a particular candidate will send you a signal that this is, I don't know if you...
It's due to tribal.
Yeah, very well. So you go to certain part of the country, like when you go to URR, you see who swept the polls around that area and on what basis. You come to the West Coast region, you go to LRR, you go to North Bank. So it will send a signal, even though we might not say, no, I think this is what I have to say.
There are these broad patterns, granted there are these broad patterns, but look at it, we were not fighting each other. We did it all peacefully.
That's why I did not say. That's why I just said tribal.
Contrast that with, for instance, in Kenya.
Yeah, very severe than
absolutely. So that's what I mean. So of course we're going to disagree, and you're going to have these regional patterns, as it were. Everywhere one expects that. but we do it all in peace, huh?
That's true. That's true. All right. So, with your question, how do we go? How do we come with a difference? Peace Gambia, you know, we organize annual national peace conferences, and this started last year. And last year we had a national Sadauda Karaba National Peace Conference at the Gambia College Hall, Brikama West Coast region. And the theme for last year was restoring the fast-fading original identity of our nation, that is diversity, tolerance, and peace. That was our theme for last year. And for this year's Sadauda Karaba, the second edition of Sadauda Karaba National Peace Conference, the theme for this year is fostering a progressive Gambia anchored on diversity, inclusiveness, and also patriotism in national development. So I think this year we are including more, and we are going very bold to include all this. And then we have several powerful speakers, including the former Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Aissat Toure. And we are most glad to say he was one of the people who sponsored this National Peace Conference, because he said he was a staunch peace advocate for a long time. And then including speakers, we are supposed to have the CDS, Yankuba Drame, Usman Toure, a Pan-Africanist, Mohamed Kanye, and a lot more other speakers, including young people. We are going to have a panel discussion equally. Poets, we will not forget.
Thank you very much. We'll be giving the click segment today a whole lot of time. On a final note, what do you have to tell the people watching?
Oh yeah, this is Gambia, and it should be one Gambia. And we as Gambians, we as young people, looking at the members of Peace Gambia, they are young people and they are really diverse in knowledge in every part. I personally, I studied peace and conflict at Management Development Institute. I'm also serving as their Vice President of the current Student Union. So with this knowledge that we have very active people. So we talk about peace, we advocate for peace. So that is what Gambia needs. Young people have to engage in things like this, because peace is forever. Peace is everlasting. If there is peace in a country, if there is peace in a country, then in that particular country, development will take place, inclusion will take place. When you talk about gender-based violence, when you talk about all these problems and all these things in the society, how we can solve them, first there should be peace in that particular country before you talk about how we can develop a country. Yeah,
thank you very much for coming on this platform, Peace Gambia. After the conference, I mean, we will invite you here, I mean, to see how everything transpired at the conference. Thank you for coming on this platform. Viewers, be reminded, it's QTV this morning. If you missed some of our things we discussed on this platform, you can go to our YouTube channel or Facebook page to follow it. And we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll go straight to the click segment. We'll be back.
Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power, and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
It's happy time. Get 50% off all calls to any network. Enjoy calls every day to any network from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Is it too good to be true? QCell. We innovate, others follow. Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using IFA by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. IFA is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network.
Welcome back from that short break. Interesting engagement with Peace Gambia. Maintaining peace is very important. But I mean, if there is no food on my table, will there be peace, Mr. Mboj? My definition of peace is there should be food, man. Isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll go straight to Click segment, and we have Buba Fati with us. Skengman,
it's a pleasure.
It's all
man.
yours,
It's
brother.
Good morning, guys. I'm Skengman Sweezy, and this is the morning show. Actually, the Click segment that is going on right now. With me in the studio, I have a second timer in the studio and a first timer. Uche and Binzi, welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, man. Binzi, how is it like being on the show for the first time?
Kind of nervous because this is my first time coming to the show, but I'm good.
Yeah, and which is what second time, man. You're doing your thing, man. I know you used to this already, man.
Yeah, I guess I am.
So how are you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm good as well, man. Now, Binzi, let's talk about you, boy. Okay. You've been hiding for a while, doing your thing, you know, and people miss seeing you on the media as well, you know. So what are you working on?
Actually,
why the long break?
No, I was taking a break because I had an issue with my teams and my manager. But from next anymore, it's cool because I'm working on my album right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So actually, the album is about to drop. It's dropping this year, though.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah. So how many tracks on the album?
8 tracks.
8 tracks. Any collabos as what?
Yeah.
Nice. And back to Uche, man. Last week you dropped a flyer. I'm about to drop the second album as well, man. Second one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah, I'll be dropping another EP May 31st on Tuesday before June, so everybody expect it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fire though. We have a couple collabs, international and national.
Yeah. So, Uche, you know, you've been making waves, a lot of waves actually, this year and last year.
Yeah.
Like your music has been playing all over the Gambia, if I could say. Everywhere that I've gone to, I've listened to your music, you know.
Yeah,
people love the EP that you dropped, King of My City. It's been making waves, and the visuals as well that you dropped from the video as well. They're really good, you know, and the feedback is really, really good as well.
Yeah.
What would you say was the best thing in making King of My City?
Well, I just love the dedication I put in towards making that job the way you explained it.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea was to make everybody see firsthand the message I'm trying to pass on with my music.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I was able to communicate that, and I'm happy that the whole Gambia is being receptive, and I just pray it continues going on for a long time, if not forever.
Now, Binzi, I know the hip-hop scene is not really easy in the Gambia for women like you that are into it as well, you know. Now, let's talk about the difficulties you guys face as hip-hop artists in the Gambia, because we know Afrobeat is taking over, to be honest, and we've seen a lot of hip-hop artists switch into Afrobeat as well, and some of them are doing drill nowadays, you know. So what is the scene like for women like you in the hip-hop? music industry?
Okay, it's not about hip hop. It's about female artists itself.
Yeah.
Because being in a game and it's male dominant, it's crazy. So, new female artists, we are trying our best pull some music idam chikanam. It's crazy. We're facing a lot of them on our hip, but it's just crazy. But we ain't going back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because man, I have the courage and I have the belief that I can do it, and nothing can stop me.
Yeah, and lately I've seen a lot of women coming together, female artists in the Gambia coming together, doing a rhythm or collab together as well. How is the team like? You guys working together?
Yeah, if you get mom, easy wood. But Santa Yala, we all come to an helping hand. You never neka bena because then just go in all neka def. So we have to push each other, push some music them sekanam. Yeah. Yeah,
Uche, our emphasis today will be more about your album that you're about to drop. So let's talk about that, your album and your event as well that are about to take place. Yeah. But first of all, let's talk about the album that you're about to drop, man. You said you're going to have international collabos in it. Yeah. And local collabos as well. And, you know, some other people are going to be part of it as well, man. So let's talk about that as well, man. How many international collabos should we expect from the album?
No, it's just one. It's not a lot, given the fact that I just dropped an EP October last year. I just wanted to give people more of an Uche feel before the show in June 18. So it's just 4 songs, 1 international collabo, 1 national collabo. Can you mention the name of the guy?
No, let's do it, man. This is the morning show. We need to say it, to be honest, man. I'll be glad. Seriously, I'll be glad if you just mention it.
Well, I guess I don't.
No, let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Well, you know, I want the fans to be like really ready for this.
I want the fans to actually watch out for May 31st. Yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna give you skank firsthand, but I promise to tell you after we're out of here.
Okay, now let's talk about the local collabos as well that you have.
Yeah, it's just 1 as well. It's 4 songs, 2 singles, 1 international, 1 national.
Yeah, now let's talk about the guy you had to collaborate. You want to mention the name as well? In Gambia, yeah.
In Gambia here, T is the only person I have on my EP.
Yeah, straight out of the gang, Oshashi gang.
Oshashi.
Now let's talk about your gang.
It's going to be our first song together, so it's going to be mad.
For real, man. I believe that. I hope so as well, you know. Now, Binzi, let's talk about your album, man. The album is coming out this year. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it as well.
The album this year, they will see different Binzi. Yeah, because I've been doing rapping strictly. But this time I'm coming with singing. I will rap in a dancehall beat. Yeah, they will see different Binzi, inshallah. And I'm having collabo with my brother, Hussein Dada. Okay, and nice. My bestie, Sophia. Yeah, that's it.
Nice, for real, man. So we're going for a short music break, but from a video from Binzi and Uche. And when we're back, we'll continue the interview, man. Just a short one. Uche made it. Uche.
Many things when me see in this life me can't understand. Me have to boss a little pride just cause me no one offend. Man and yepa buga flex why can buga taham no deaf. Te so I'm alone buga them a smile tryna be your friend. Man do my child do my amount. Don't let nobody rush you just famous. Can do my text stress, can boom la text stress so la dale ya konangu. But I go killing time, cause dunia be a good. Say me, I wanna live a simple life, make money, fake I yala tami tangu. But I can't kill myself. Nobody. Oh no, I say I can't kill myself. Nobody. Man, do my rice on my papa. Oh, nobody. Thank fang or fall for nobody. Stress from family, stress from friends. If I were a neck of them, I fucking pretend. I say, Jaja, guide me from evil hands. They know me present, but you know me, eh? I'm with my daughter, when you come out, damn it. Me, I got family, man, I won't hurt it. Wanna catch a vibe just when I want catch it. Selfish human beings, bury them with the hatchet. Do my child, do my amount. Don't let nobody rush you, just famous. Can do my text stress, can boom la text stress. So la dale ya konangu. But I go killing time, cause dunia be a good. Say me, I wanna live a simple life, make money, fake I yala tami tangu. But I can't kill myself. Nobody.
real, man. I can't kill
the
myself,
song is
man.
so motivational, my brother.
Yeah, you know, I'm seeing Mr. Boyd vibing to it.
It's the first time I see Mr. Boyd vibing. Yeah, man.
Now let's go for a quick music break by Binzi as well. It's a brand new video, man, and we're playing it for the first time on QTV, man. Let's take a look at this and come back.
Yo, it's your girl, Binzi Queen. Flexi Joe, give me the hits. Badness record. Definitely double. No, I see game be definitely touch. Definitely double. Rattle e hit. Sort of finger. Definitely sick. Definitely chip. Jam off a bit. Jam off it. So my time, man, then you want it now. So my plus, man, they took it now. Took it now. Taking it to my. La hona. While I walk to my. So my time, man, then you want it now. So my plus, man, they took it now. Took it now. Taking it to my. La hona. While I walk to my. Fuck my duga badness, my lockety hits. My luck finit. Like my kaja finit. Masala hits. Like my tega la this. The halo liquid notice. The agency be fix baby. My bitch is spending a lot of money. Hey busy buddy. My bitch is spending a lot of money. So my time, man, then you want it now. So my plus, man, they took it now. Took it now, taking it to my. La hona, while I walk to my. So my time, man, then you want it now.
Nice rock,
hey,
man.
That's Binzi. She's doing it big, man. Let's talk about the song and the video, man. Let's talk about it, man.
She looks very shy here.
Yeah. No, you know, to be honest, Binzi's acting all shy.
He's mad.
For real, man. Now let's talk about this, Binzi. You've been high. Let's say you've been doing it on the low, and then you're about to release this video as well, man, and the song, doing your drill thing now.
Yeah, I've been staying a long time. I didn't release any song you know.
Yeah.
So laho the job. You know, laho the job nga job lu set mo gën nga yakam te be def lo xamne nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is the video, and it's been a long time releasing my song. So mané harama def fa song
now, how
people
did
know that I'm coming back.
Because the quality is really good.
Lie.
Yeah,
Lycan.
Nice. And shout out to Lai as well, man. Shout out. I really like the work government producer are putting in the video as well, man. And the producers as well that are doing the audio recording as well. They're really doing great, man, to be honest. And I hope you guys keep doing it, man. Keep doing your thing, man. And Uche, like you as a producer as well. How has it been like you working with other government artists in the industry? Because you're an artist and a producer as well. How is the production work like for you? Because I know most of the time, some of the producers will have a very nice beat and they want to jump on it, but they'll be like, no, let me give it to the next artist. I believe you can kill this song for me as well. So let's think about the production aspect of your work.
Well. I don't think it's new to many people how I do my things. Normally I just produce. I see the next man, if he's fit for the song, I give him. But I don't think that is happening now in my career, especially since I decided to take the whole stand for myself to go into singing. So it's more like you want to work, I work with you, that's it, business, and that's it. But most of the things I do now is more of doing it for myself, Skan.
Yeah. Now, you know, obviously we've seen a lot of changes in the music scene, and a lot is going on as well. And you're about to you're about to do your show as well for the first time, man.
For the first
time doing something on your own, man. Yeah, I know. It's a great feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. I know you're feeling blessed right now because you're doing your own event. Let's talk about your event, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it as well. What should people expect from you, Uche?
Madness. Pure madness, pure vibe, pure you know music, you know Uche is music, you know music is Uche. So imagine me bringing you all of these songs on stage, performing it for you firsthand. It's gonna be mad. Man. And it's already a shutdown. Tickets are already, tickets demand is already crazy. And though the tickets are not here yet, but they will be soon. You will be there, Skan, you'll see.
Obviously. I love that chain to be in the sun. It will look much better.
No, I'm doing it now. It's done,
it's
man.
dope now.
It's done, man. Mine's looking fresh as always, man. Binzi, let's talk about you, man. The album. How many videos should people expect from the album? Because one of the videos that you're about to drop, trust me, this video is fire. Okay.
Yeah, I would drop at least 4 or 3 videos for the album. Yeah. Inshallah.
So Uche as well, you know, mostly you don't drop videos much. I don't know what's wrong. I don't really know why. But let's talk about the aspect of it as well, man. How many videos are you going to drop from the EP you're about to
I'm
release
dropping
as well?
3 videos from the 4 songs in the EP I'm releasing.
Nice. So there'll be no video for the other one.
There'll be no video for the. Well, it's not necessary to have all, because the type of music I make, there is a certain visualization I have in my head. So if it's not like that, because I like my things based on details, especially videos I shoot. I want people to learn. I want people to see it and understand exactly what I'm saying, even without listening to the song.
Yeah.
So all of those, if it's not there, I prefer not to. I have many unreleased videos, like in my previous EP that is shot, that I can go home and watch right now, but it's not out there in the public just because 1 or 2 things are not
production
right.
expert are not right.
Exactly.
Now, Beansy, let's talk about you, man. Let's talk about you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, the album is coming out as well, man. What is the next step for you, Beansy, as an artist, after the album's drop?
After the album, I will have my tour.
Okay.
From there, I look forward to be in somewhere else, but I'm not Gambian music. International, I'm got people do all my perform for I represent Gambia. Yeah, Lola small and my fellow artists.
So what is your relationship with other Gambian artists? How are you guys with them?
I'm cool with them.
You cool with everybody?
Problem, yeah.
For real,
cool
like
with
seriously,
them.
you cool with everybody?
Yeah, but I'm cool with everybody.
Okay, nice. And the album is about to drop. What are your plans? How are you planning to market the album out there? Because a lot of artists have issues with marketing their songs, their visuals, and their albums as well.
That's true.
So what are your plans for it?
The issue is like comfy. They never know support show, but putting your gender album, it's the problem because this is not my first time album. I've dropped album year before last. Yeah. But instead of guy gender, they know the lanyan. Yeah. But the final social media platforms. Yeah, and then I'm she flash put me on the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, Uche, I've listened to some of your collabs with some upcoming artists in the Gambia as well. They're doing it big as well, They're trying to get there as well. But most of them, it's like you have a lot of demands for collab, if I could say, yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Who is your most favorite upcoming Gambian artist right now? Okay, let's say name 5 of them that you think they have a brighter future in the industry.
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now.
And what do you think about their music as well?
Benka. He's good. He's a kid. He's coming up fine.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Okay.
Is another upcoming artist that a lot of people don't know about. He's also coming up fine.
Yeah.
I love Stylist's kids. Acidic.
Acidic, yeah, he's good.
He's one kid I love a lot. I love Dauda.
Yeah.
He's also one of Stylist's kids.
He's good as well.
He's good as well. We have a song. We have songs.
Yeah.
And 5. I don't know if it's up to 5, but that's 4 I can remember for now. Like people that actually love their music that are not really in the spotlight yet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure before next year,
they're gonna be on the spotlight as well.
Exactly.
Something like you guys as well.
Prince.
Hood Prince is
He's
good
a
as
kid.
well. Yeah, for real, man. Now you've doing your first show. You get it. Are there any plans of doing a tour outside the Gambia from now to next year, from now to the end of the year? Because I believe your song is marketable. It can go everywhere. Not only in the Gambia, it can go everywhere in the world. Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, UK, America. They can listen to it and vibe to it as well, man. Are you having any plans in at least extending your song or extending your creativity out of the Gambia?
Of course, I am. Big time. And when I say big time, I mean like prime time. And we can only hope and pray. But I'm going to do my best, push the song. After the show, we're going to have the songs out there. I pray to God that I go out there and perform all of these songs because they are masterpieces, but I can only pray. And God is the one who's going to actually decide at the end of the day.
For real.
So
now back to Beansy, man. How about you as well? Are you having any plan in going to Senegal, going Ghana, going Nigeria, going UK?
Yes, of course.
To do your own stuff.
I'm having plan, of course.
Yeah.
Couldn't have some music international.
Yeah.
You're not even praying your music to stay in the Gambia. So I'm having plan to do that.
Okay, but trust me, this is a platform. My platform is kind of different, I could say, because anytime artists come to this show, that's why I always make sure I bring 2 people on my platform because I want to make sure you guys work together.
Yeah.
I've brought some people here, and by the day I've seen them work together, drop something, then it's really nice, So I want us to do something today, man. I want us to do something. Uche featuring Beansy. I'm producing it today, man.
Crazy, though.
I want us to do something, man. Yeah, exactly, man.
It's kind of crazy, though.
So Mario, let me have my beat, man. Let me have my beat. Let's do something.
Why are you doing this right
We're
now?
recording something.
Stop it.
Let's go. Hey.
Nyewat bisi dorat kibe boy honya shit bu gorat bu bibe den melola ni torat lyrics for that from jola bang bu bari la jorat Michael rap bi chi fok ne na we bi mo norat rap bu be jengo man my pastor resi rest of Betsy punches in the gently like by so bit jo bi flow me attack me tomorrow these niggas I can do before bars kill you with readers motherfuckers the nova
hey man cheesy me to be busy yeah me I go bang 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 this money we scam I like da girls want me don't do it all night all night while we pull up all night cushion chilling hey you know we can't go all night
yeah man we can't go all night with this man for real man that was a mad thing that was a mazza man so your final was out there because we're running out of time man and then we call it a day man what do you have to say to your fans
Gambia I want y'all to listen fine June 18th it's gonna be mazza it's gonna be good it's gonna be great and the reason why we're doing it at Penchemi is pour Mary ak Daddy so how many sa domi then over love Uche now we buga baseball nga buy guy no Penchemi because it's more security for the kids that's why I'm doing it everybody's like no take it to Q City take it to Estad Dafa Fest hamna lolu dina fest but I'm not doing it pour move just fest and then everybody go home they am nahar ak you know I want everybody to be safe and secure so Daddy lolu mota man ko def Penchemi pour ngeen buy sen domi that day June 18th I'm going to be giving you all of this.
It's Uche Day, man. Let's talk about Binzi as well.
Yeah, watch out for Binzi Queen. I've removed my date before they took it, but this time, it's a
one-in shot. It's a one-in shot.
I'm launching my album on the 26th of November. Jama Hall, it's the place to be.
And my final was actually, it's Gambian promoters and artists. You guys should be communicating, man. I don't like seeing my Gambian brothers and sisters having the same date crashing all the time, man, because it happens all the time. You see two artists having shows the same day, they don't communicate, and you know sometimes it's kind of funny, you know. It's not supporting. It's like you're not supporting one another.
Is it?
You're trying to fight one another. That shouldn't be happening, man. I think you guys should communicate. But for mine, I'm saying bye, man. Don't forget look me up on Instagram, man. Skengman_Sweezy, man. And back to you, man.
Thank you very much, Buba. And viewers, this is all we have for you on this edition. Until tomorrow, bye for now.